All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're setting the stakes for one of the most fundamental, yet fiercely debated topics in all of home wiring. Listen, if you've ever popped open a junction box, you know the immediate choice you face. How do you actually connect those vital wires safely and effectively? Well, it's time for the ultimate splicing showdown.
We're looking at a serious head-to-head matchup today. You've got the time-tested veteran of the electrical box going toe-to-toe with a highly engineered modern challenger. And hey, we're strictly looking at the data and the fundamental mechanics here. No favorites, no bias, just the exact knowledge you need to really understand how these two totally different techniques actually operate in the real world.
So here's our fight card for today. We'll start off with the ultimate splicing showdown. Dig into traditional wire nuts, check out the Wago lever nut method, compare them on speed, reliability, and cost, and finally wrap up with the final verdict.
Okay, Section 1, the ultimate splicing showdown. Introducing our contenders.
Moving right along to Section 2, traditional wire nuts, the veteran contender.
Now, for our reigning champ, the traditional wire nut. There's this brilliant little mental trick used to ensure proper installation every single time. It's called the hat, knot, bucket rule. It is super simple, incredibly visual, and honestly, it dictates exactly how this veteran operates in the field to engineer a secure, lasting connection.
Here's how it works in practice. Step 1, you just position your splice point so it's facing upward. Step 2, you place the wire nut right on top, like a hat. You never ever want it upside down like a bucket. And why is that? Well, think about it. A bucket is just going to catch unwanted debris, dust, and worst of all, moisture over time. Wearing it like a hat adheres to the absolute gold standard for this classic twisting technique.
All right, Section 3, the Wago lever nut method. Meet the modern challenger.
So the Wago brings a totally different mechanical philosophy to your junction box. Instead of that traditional twist, it's all about lever action. You literally just strip the wire, slide it straight into the block, and snap that little lever down. Boom, connection secured. It's a massive, fundamental shift really, moving completely away from manual twisting to a strict mechanical locking action.
That brings us to Section 4, speed, reliability, and cost. The tail of the tape. Okay, time to throw these two into the ring and actually compare them, completely objectively. Let's start with the speed of installation. On one hand, you've got the rapid snap of the challenger. The lever nut is incredibly quick, just a fast insertion and a quick flip of a lever. On the other hand, you have the familiar twist of the veteran. The traditional wire nut definitely takes a bit more time, right? You have to manually group your wires, twist the nut on super tight, and double-check that upward hat orientation. So it's a quick mechanical snap versus a rhythmic manual twisting motion.
Next up, reliability. Honestly, both give you a totally secure hold, but they achieve it in completely different ways. The knob knot bucket rule has been physically twisting copper strands together under a protective plastic cap for literally decades. It works. Against that, we have the Wago's engineered uniform clamping force. It locks down the connection without requiring any wire twisting at all. Two very different approaches, but equally secure results. Finally, let's talk about cost because, well, that always matters. Traditional wire nuts are historically very economical. I mean, they're basically simple plastic and metal coils cranked out at a massive scale. The newer Wago lever nuts, though, they have moving parts, right? Complex engineering. So naturally, they represent a higher upfront investment for your project materials. It really just boils down to economical tradition versus premium modern engineering.
Now this scorecard beautifully brings all three of those metrics together. And honestly, the choice ultimately comes down to your personal priorities for whatever job you're doing. Do you really value that time-tested, budget-friendly twisting motion, or do you lean toward a fast, modern lever-locking action? Like I said, both are entirely valid, but they sit in very different spots on the speed, reliability, and cost spectrum.
Which leads us to Section 5, the final verdict, calling the match.
As the final bell rings on this matchup, the big takeaway here is that simply understanding these distinct differences is exactly what's going to make you a much more informed DIYer. Remember, the traditional wire nut is all about that manual twisting motion, guided by that absolutely crucial hat knot bucket rule. Meanwhile, the modern Wago uses that newer lever nut method to secure wires mechanically. Deciding who wins? Well, that just comes down to weighing speed, reliability, and cost for your own specific needs.
Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. We've laid out the facts, the mechanics, and the whole tale of the tape. Now, I'm definitely not here to tell you which one to buy, but I am going to leave you with this to ponder before you pop open your toolbox next time. Knowing what you know now about the differences in speed, reliability, and cost, which method are you going to trust on your next home project? Keep learning, keep building, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.